Mr. President, today we close one of the most challenging chapters in recent memory. The passage of this Human Services budget marks not just the end of a legislative process, but, Mr. President, a reaffirmation of who we are and what we value as a state. When the deficit became clear, we were at a crossroads, as I said in my opening comments. Some might have chosen the easier route by shifting costs. Thank you, Senator Duckworth, for reminding us about that. Shifting costs to counties, carving deeply into disability services, or using those cuts to fund the unrelated priorities. But we did choose a different path, Mr. President. We made a conscious decision to respond with the collective responsibility, not division. We agreed and disagreed across parties, across chambers, that everyone associated with services would need to tighten their belts. Everyone equally. This wasn't about balancing numbers on the backs of the most vulnerable. It was about protecting the integrity of the whole system. That's a different conversation. We did not pit a group against a group. We didn't take from one to give to another. Instead, we approached this crisis with the understanding that our strength lies in our unity, and that the people who rely on these services, Mr. President, deserve thoughtful, courageous governance, even in terrible times. Yes, these are hard times. And yes, the future of human services financing remains uncertain. But today, we did something remarkable. We worked together. We honored our shared obligation to Minnesotans, especially those whose voices are too often overlooked. And in that spirit, Mr. President, I want to extend deep gratitude to everyone who helped shape this budget. Everyone, Mr. President. Myself, Senator Omar Fateh, Senator Jordan Rasmussen, Senator Glenn Gruenhagen, Senator Aaron May Quaid, Senator Zainab Mohammed, Senator Paul Utke, Senator Melissa Whitgland, David Zack, our committee administrator, Cassie Soar, our community legislative assistant, Chris Meyer, the legislative assistant vice chair, Leah Monahan, analyst, and Kyle Raymond, fiscal analyst. Those two state employees, unbelievable work. We should be grateful as a state to have two nonpartisan folks like that working for us. Emily Spatira, our DFL research person, Bryce Hinkst, our GOP research person, Chloe Aday, community page, Olivia Anderson, Rowan Chafee, community pages that actually worked when our committee was working. I also want to put a shout out, Mr. President, Elise Bailey, Christy Grom, and Carrie Briones, 3 state employees at the Department of Human Services and Direct Care and Treatment that give their heart and soul to the work that we do, because you know what? They care. They care what matters. And so thank you, Elise, Christy, and Carrie, for that work. Our interns, Amanda Rivera, Torres, Amber Dunham, and Cal Lateral. But here's the thing I really want to do is a heartfelt thank you to Senator Jim Abler. Senator Abler is the only member in this chamber who has lived through both the good times and the tough ones, the very tough ones in human services funding in both chambers. He was here in 2011 when we had to cut almost $2 billion from essential programs, and he's here now. And he offered this steady hand, institutional knowledge, and deep care for people. Senator Abler, your wisdom and commitment that you have made an indelible impact on this process. We could not have done this today without your service. You need to know that. So as we move forward, let's hold on to what we've learned, that our greatest strength is our ability to come together, especially when the stakes are high. Mr. President, let's continue to build a future where Minnesota's most vulnerable are seen, heard, and supported. And with that, Mr. President, please.